What has reportedly taken place behind closed doors for Al Roker and his wife Deborah Roberts has left fans stunned, reflective, and deeply concerned. For decades, Al Roker has been America's steady presence, smiling through storms, delivering the forecast with warmth, humor, and reassurance. He's the man millions have trusted to start their mornings, the familiar voice that feels like an old friend. Calm, optimistic, and resilient, Al rarely lets the public see him shaken. But according to those close to the couple, this time was different. Insiders say Al experienced a deeply emotional breaking point following what has been described as a frightening hospital scare involving Deborah Roberts. This wasn't about television schedules, public appearances, or professional obligations. This was about fear, the kind that arrives without warning when the person you love most suddenly feels fragile. Deborah Roberts is widely respected for her intelligence, strength, and composure. As an accomplished journalist, she has reported from the front lines of some of the most challenging stories in the world. She is known for her calm authority and emotional discipline even under pressure. But sources say this incident pushed her beyond that familiar steadiness. During the hospital scare, witnesses reportedly saw Deborah visibly shaken, overwhelmed with emotion, and struggling to maintain her usual control. Seeing Deborah like that, insiders say, sent Al into a wave of fear he was unprepared for. While exact medical details remain private, those close to the family described the situation as sudden and serious enough to require immediate medical attention. No official diagnosis has been publicly shared, but friends stress that it wasn't just the medical concern, it was the uncertainty, the waiting, the silence, the not knowing. For a man who has faced public health battles of his own with remarkable courage, this moment struck at something deeper. Friends say Al became unusually quiet, pacing, replaying scenarios in his mind. He reportedly struggled to sleep, barely ate, and kept his phone close at all times, waiting for updates, answers, reassurance. This wasn't the upbeat television personality viewers are used to seeing. This was a husband confronting the terrifying possibility that life could change in a single moment. One insider described it as the most vulnerable they had ever seen Al Roker. He wasn't thinking about the cameras or the audience. He was just scared of losing the woman who anchors his life. Al and Deborah's marriage has long been admired as one of quiet strength and mutual respect. Married for decades, they've weathered career pressures, public scrutiny, and personal challenges together. To many, they represent enduring partnership, two professionals supporting one another while building a life grounded in love and family. But moments like these test even the strongest bonds. Friends say the scare ultimately brought them closer, stripping life down to its essentials. Al is said to have postponed or adjusted commitments, choosing to be present and attentive, putting everything else on pause. In that moment, status and schedules meant nothing. Only Deborah's well-being mattered. Attentive viewers began to notice subtle changes. Al's recent appearances reportedly felt more subdued. His familiar humor was still there, but softer. His smile lingered a little less. Some fans described him as reflective, emotionally tired, carrying a weight that hadn't been there before. Online speculation grew as viewers sensed something unfolding behind the scenes. The couple's decision to remain private only deepened concern. Despite her emotional response during the scare, those close to Deborah say she later showed remarkable resilience. She reportedly reassured Al, reminding him that fear does not dictate the future. Still, the image of Deborah shaken and vulnerable left a lasting impression on him. It shattered the quiet belief that strength means being unbreakable. Sources say this experience forced Al to confront one of life's most universal fears, losing family. Friends have since noticed changes. Al is described as more present, more protective, and more aware of how precious and fragile time truly is. The moments we assume will always be there suddenly feel borrowed. Several close colleagues and longtime friends have said to have reached out privately, offering support and understanding. In an industry where vulnerability is often hidden behind bright lights and practiced smiles, this moment served as a reminder that even the most familiar faces carry private fears. For now, Al Roker and Deborah Roberts are choosing privacy, focusing on healing, reflection, and togetherness away from the spotlight. Whether they ever speak publicly about this chapter remains unknown, but one thing is clear: this was not just another celebrity moment. It was a reminder that love humbles us, that no matter how strong, experienced, or resilient we appear, fear finds us when it threatens what matters most. Al Roker's emotional breaking point during Deborah Roberts' hospital scare revealed a side of him rarely seen, but deeply human. If this story moved you, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us continue telling the stories everyone hears about, but few truly feel.